and then you go ahead and make some observations, okay? Alright, so first of all, I think I've hinted you guys that in the normal sense, this is like the profile. Imagine that we're coming from this direction, right? And so if I close my eyes and for some reason I just can walk underwater for some very cool reason. If I start walking down here, I'm going to follow a profile like this. At a point you can't see me, at a point I'm going to be down there, right? So this is what it looks like if you keep going down. This thickness varies depending on where you are at. It's a lot of distance. Like I told you earlier on, this is the body of water. Okay, there's constant wind, right? And what it does is, if you have a bowl of water and you blow air across it, what happens? You kind of perturb the surface, right? So there's some form of oscillation that happens. What starts as small ripples, eventually in the direction of the wind, they keep. You may have heard of constructive interference. Interference basically. It's like in this case, let's assume that you're running in one direction and someone behind you comes and pushes you. So what happens? There's some kind of increased projection forward, right? So that's what happens. Eventually, as you go towards the shore line, so this will be like the shore line, right? Separating water from what? Land. Okay? So eventually, it starts from small oscillation, ripples, becomes some kind of, waves, and then depending on the amount of disturbance created, those oscillations, as you go deeper, become smaller and smaller. In other words, the impact of this disturbance it dies off at a certain elevation. Okay, that is what, depending on where you are, is called the wave base. You may have heard of storm wave base, fair weather wave base, right? So during conditions where the energy is, not so high, the wave base is usually shallower, and that's usually called what's called fair weather wave base. Fair weather is F-A-I-R, fair weather. Fair weather wave base, right? FWWB. Okay, and then during storm, when the ocean energy is high, during storm conditions, this disturbance is more, and then you at the deeper depths, that whatever energy that is perturbing the water at the surface dies off. Okay, that is just for knowledge sake. Another thing I needed you to know is that as you get towards the land, the energy increases, and then it gets to a zone where what was originally some regular oscillation, in a wave form, now gets to a point where it hits a boundary. It hits so imagine yourself moving forward and then you hit something, your leg, hits on something. What happens? Right? You're going to project forward. That is what is happening here. At a point, there's some kind of, it hits a particular surface, a particular where you have the actual rock itself. What happens? This is what happens. The water projects forward. So now, in terms of nomenclature, for something to clean up this.